It is today's news in Warcraft. We're back. I've had laryngitis. I don't know what has happened. It's probably a result of this mystery illness that I've had all week, and it's so horrible. I try not to get sick. I'm telling you, it's bad. So today, this is the first time that I've ever quested in Vanilla Feralis. Okay, so we're in for a treat as we avoid giants because I remember them. I did do this quest, but it wasn't until I don't think I think Burning Crusade or maybe even Wrath was the first time I did it. So I've never done this in. Oh, quit that! I've never done this in Vanilla Warcraft, so it's just a new experience in Vanilla for me. Had enough of you. So, this week, oh my word, did you hear every single Cybertruck pretty much had to be recalled? And it was because they said they used the wrong glue. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you on this. They used the wrong glue. Which means that essentially Cybertrucks may just be held together by their equivalent of duct tape and Elmer school glue. Oh, heavens. Why have you not gotten rid of these things? I'll never know. Um, but while I'm thinking of getting rid of things too, it's just more and more and more odd Tesla news. And did I save this as a picture or not while I'm eating and drinking here? But I need to go. I need to get another one of these things. Oh, I did. Thank heavens. Whoops. Where'd that go now? There it is. There it is. Well, no, you're 49. I'm not going to quite do the 49 ones. We're going to go down and get a lesser one. But while we're doing that, take a listen to this little story. It came in a meme, so take it at face value. It may or may not be true. Okay? It may or may not. But it would make sense. It would make sense if you think about this. Because they've been targets for vandalism and random fires. So think about that as you hear this. Ready? I'm just going to go ahead and lay down the magic fart one time. But here's the text. Ready? Tesla owners are now racing to trade in their cars before insurance companies make them uninsurable. One dealership employee posted, "We've had 5 people try to offload their Teslas today. One guy straight up said, ugh, hate things that cast spells. They're horrible things. They're horrible things. Why on earth do you do that today?" And since week 47. Okay, let me come back to the meme. One guy straight up said, "I don't care about the loss. I just need it gone before my insurance drops me." This isn't just a boycott. This is the collapse of Tesla's resale market. Holy cow, right? And what if that information is? What if that information is true? And here we are. Here we are looking at the complete destruction of this pretty much upstart brand Tesla. And because it's really what it is, it's not an old brand like a GM brand or a Ford or a Chrysler brand, because they're the new kid on the block. I need to remat my heel. There we go. Sometimes you gotta. Sometimes you gotta. But yeah, and now every single Cybertruck has been recalled. What if one of them catches on fire while every single one of them are there? I'm not saying somebody should do that. They're likely going to do that to themselves. They seem to spontaneously combust. Uh, any kind of plug-in tends to do that. Nope, we can't do you. You're a 49, and you're a giant. We are caught between a rock and a hard place, and I don't have a voice to go, ah! Okay, much better. Or a little bit better. Let me see here. Oh, you're a 49 again. Man. There is no such thing as an easy sea spray, right? There's one. Let's come get you. And while this one's going on, I'm going to have a sip of coffee because I've got cotton mouth like you wouldn't believe. But you see, I can remap the between here and there. There we go. I can remap my heel and exo whenever I need to. Like when I get to plague lands, I will have to remap exo because it's going to be... Because, you know, it's going to be a primary damage item. But when I'm here, though, there's really no undead. So I'm going to do the heal because they like to throw magic mobs at you all the time, okay? Now, so let's get rid of you. And then I'm going to start the I Told You So section. Let's get out of here first. We'll get a drink because we're mana inefficient. Now, everybody is hollering about the destruction of the Department of Education and how that's being done via executive order at the Donald Trump White House. And everybody was like, oh my goodness, this is a crisis. Congress has to do it. The president cannot do it. I told you on February 17th, 2025, and December 4th, 2025, that this was coming. I told you so. Cue unicorns. And then we have got this great constitutional crisis because he will not listen to the courts, and the courts are telling him to do things, and he will not listen to these courts and to these judges. I told you this back on, let me see here because I don't have my glasses on, back on February 10th, 2025 and February 8th, 2025. And guys, this is not even including the stuff in the live tab. I didn't even look there. But I know I've talked about how he's going to shutter the Department of Education over there, and I may or may not have talked about how he is not going to listen to judges' decisions over there. But you know what? I told you so. Cue unicorns. So, there you go. I can predict, and predict rather well. So, what's coming next? Whew. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. I have a feeling that that the House is going to stay on recess for quite a while. They did for the shutdown vote, as you'll remember, because Chuck Schumer had to cave in rather than allow it to go, which would force the Republicans back because you're not going to pass the bill. Or it's going to force Donald Trump to become a dictator, and then we would likely get a once win in the course of human events moment. Remember that? That's that letter to America. You probably need to listen to that, honestly. And whew, thinking about what could come up. Wow. Uh, it's a hard concept, and I don't. And after I said I told you so, and thinking, then I've said I'm thinking about what's ahead. I don't want to be wrong, right? But I can't see. I just can't. I don't see the house coming back anytime soon. If I don't know, I can't see the real business coming back anytime soon. It's going to be more exploitation out of this administration and seeing how far they're willing to push, which I think is extremely hard. Okay. I mean, there's going to be more limits testing. He will not listen to a court. And people should just get over that one right now and prepare for that. Just start preparing for that moment because that moment where he doesn't listen to the Supreme Court is going to come. That is going to come. I'm sorry, but that is. Oh, I only have 4 of those 10 cores. Good heavens. Ugh. No more. Because the only other solution there is to bubble. But for the Democratic Party, I see more fecklessness and I see more pathetic. I mean, that's going to continue. Chuck Schumer caved in, and we're not going. I mean, you're not going to see it. The Democratic Party is done unless you get a new leader in there right now in the Senate. And eventually in the House, because as good of a person as Hakeem Jeffries is, you don't need you don't need this type of leader at the present time. You need somebody that's going to be more of a Winston Churchill. And I don't even want to call Hakeem Jeffries Neville Chamberlain. I don't even want to call him a Neville Chamberlain because I don't think that's the right historical analog for him. If I'm going by prime ministers, I would. Let me think. I don't even know what prime minister it would be. But he is effective when that time is right. He's done a good time. He had a good time. Okay, but it's time for somebody that stands up way more often and not just calling him a new nickname. Because nicknames are done. Nicknames are 2016. Rights are being taken away as Hakeem Jeffries comes up with a new nickname for Donald Trump, okay? And I know I went on about this. And went on and on and on and on and on about that. But once it comes down to the vote, now, let me see here. When it comes down to the vote, and I'm going to get down to the exact number It might give it right now. I'm on the wiki page. Here we go. So there's 218 Republicans, 213 Democrats, right? So for an article of impeachment to come through, you need a majority. So you would pretty much need the 218. You're automatically going to have 213 because of the Democrats. So to get to 218, you need 5. Oh, excuse me. You need 5. Who are those 5? I don't know. I really don't know. And excuse me, I'm going to turn my head and cough. Sorry, whatever this illness is, it's just killing me. So you would need 5. I have a feeling we will get to a point, and I think it's going to take him ignoring the Supreme Court. He can ignore those lower courts all he wants, and those Republicans are still going to go along with him. They're still going to go along with him. Okay? The moment he ignores the Supreme Court, I think is a line that is crossed that's going to snap some of them out of the trance, of the cult trance, okay? Because you've got to be able to do that in this party. Why on earth is this thing not going? Good God. Oh, I need to rebuff food anyway. So that takes 5. Okay. Now, over in the Senate, it's 53 to 47. So you have to get to, and you have to get to 66 or 67 because it takes 2/3. That's a lot. Okay. You're talking around 20 Republican senators. 20 of them. There's your big hurdle. Your big hurdle is not going to come in the House. And I hate to tell you this, but I don't think we're going to have time to wait until the midterms. I really don't think we're going to have that level of time. If it doesn't come extremely soon, and I'm saying before the turn of the year, okay? I know some people have even said, I know James Carville said 30 days to collapse of this administration, but that's more or less 30 days to a dictator. Because once it collapses, it will be a huge power consolidation and we will have a dictator. I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I'm hoping people can come to their senses. I mean, really and truthfully, I really hope people can. And to do that, though, it will take around 20 Republicans to vote with the Democrats. You have 2 independents. I'm sorry, you have 2 independents. So it's 53 to 40. So what, the majority is 50? Oh, the minority is 40. Oh, never mind. I'm looking at the numbers wrong. It's 53-47. The 47 includes the 2 independents. They caucus with the Democrats, and they put them in there with the minority party rather than saying you're independent. Okay, so, but there's your hurdle. 20 senators. And after this frosted lucky lizard, I'm going to go rest my voice because I have been losing it. This is the best I can really do. If I try to talk normal, I sound like Joe Scarborough yelling. Okay? That's exactly what I sound like, is him yelling at you. And I really don't want to sound like that. See, here it comes. There it comes, right? So I'm really I'm really gonna go and rest my voice. So If you stayed this long, thank you so much. And don't forget to like and subscribe. So for today's news in Warcraft, this is Turkeytentia, and I wish you a great day and great gaming. Goodbye, everybody.